To whom agree. Greetings and salutations. The universe is just doomed. 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 Doomed.
Welcome back.
It's us, Nicole.
And Tessa.
And
Kim is here.
as the capuchin monkey. I don't know
I
who.
know.
Yeah,
Who's
I'll do
Kim?
that.
There you go.
Me the monkey.
He makes it to the sequel.
That's right.
I don't know if it's really the same monkey.
I don't
but
know. I'm not entirely sure.
Is it the same?
Is it?
Well, now that monkey's probably dead.
Well, now it's dead.
But the
You ever
sequel
do that?
was-
You watch like an old movie.
I
you're
know.
Like, oh, that
Every time I
animal's
see
dead
the Cadbury eggs commercial, I'm like, oh, all those animals except for maybe the tortoise.
Oh,
Yes, the
Did.
tortoise is definitely still alive.
Probably still alive.
because we're talking about Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Oh, righty then.
It's the beginning of April Fools.
Oh, surprise.
What? There's no bigger fool. Well, there might be, but he's a pretty big fool.
He's a pretty
than
big
Ace
ass
Ventura.
fool.
And I don't have any. Again, other
No
than I
pre-
watched the shit out of this movie and the sequel.
I believe we went to see it in theaters based on the strength of being in Living Color family.
Which you said this came out 3 months before the end?
Before
of
the
In Living
last
Color?
episode of In Living Color aired.
Interesting.
February.
Okay.
And End of Living Color was May.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were a big In Living Color household, so I imagine
Indeed.
we probably. I feel like we owned it too. I feel like once it came out on.
Oh, Ace Ventura?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I feel
sure.
like we bought it.
For sure.
And a lot of our vernacular, and it's not just though from Ace Ventura, because he used stuff that he had used from In Living
Right.
Color to influence
Exactly.
the vocabulary
right.
of this
and
character.
movements of
Yeah.
Ace Ventura.
So yeah, and he is Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
As Ace Ventura.
Another Jim Carrey vehicle. We have Miss Sean Young
Oh, we know we
as
love us some Sean Young.
Lieutenant Lois
As
Einhorn.
Catwoman.
Yes, right.
As
She
Catwoman.
showed up for this audition in her Catwoman
She
garb for some
did.
reason.
And did you know that Einhorn means unicorn?
Oh, I did not.
And that she was, well, you also know that she was in Blade Runner, which unicorns play.
Right.
So that's fun. That's fun. It's a fun fact, little tidbit.
Courtney Cox as Melissa.
I forgot she was in this movie.
So did I.
100% forgot she was
When
in
I
this
looked up
movie
the cast,
entirely.
I was like,
what?
I forgot that there was a sort of a love interest or whatever
right.
character.
And it was Courtney Cox. But yeah, I saw some in the little trivia things I was looking up that like, oh, one time Jennifer Aniston took this over to Courtney Cox's house, the videotape, and she refused to watch it. And I'm like, why is that in here?
What?
And I was like, oh, because she's in this movie.
You're all, who cares?
I
Would
know.
she
I
want
was
to
like, why
watch
do
it?
I give a shit?
Why would she want to? Oh, because she's in it.
Oh, that's right.
Tone Loc as Emilio.
Is this not his third appearance at
Is
Doom
it?
Generation?
It might
be. Fern Gully,
Yep.
Ford Fairlane,
Yes, you're right.
Ace Ventura.
A third timer here on
Third
Doom
timer,
Generation.
at least.
Dan Marino as himself.
Of course. Troy Evans as Roger Podactor, and he was just in Lawnmower Man. This was the cop in Lawnmower Man.
This was the one where I was like, where do I know him
Yes,
from?
Ace
It's
Ventura.
fucking-
I told you I was like from Ace Ventura because we
And
were.
bitch, I still did not. I got
Nope.
face blindness or something. I don't know because I saw him in this and did not ring any bells that I
It's
had just
Roger
seen him.
Podactor.
Damn it! And now is Noble Willingham? Is it Whittingham? Noble Willingham as Riddle.
Are you okay?
It says as Riddle. I wrote it down from the cast, but I don't know who the fuck that is. Riddle.
Was that the secret guy? The secret guy. The New England clam chowder guy.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because he did a what wasn't a riddle. He just was
He
like
did
what's
a riddle. Well,
what's
he's
the
like a
password?
mysterious guy.
Password is nipple. New England clam chowder.
New
Doesn't work as well.
Clam chowder.
So yeah, I don't know who Noble Willingham is, but I,
I
wrote
didn't
that
even
down.
write that down because
he looks like Major Dad.
oh,
Who is that guy who played Major? It's not him, but he looks like him. That
Major
old-
Dad
sorry.
from fucking
Neverending
Bastion's
Story.
Dick Dad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking Major
Yes,
Dad.
he was in City Slickers as Clay Stone.
Okay.
Does that sound familiar?
Clay Stone sounds. What the
He was in Fire in the Sky.
Oh my God! Fire in the Sky with
Nope.
DB Sweeney.
She remembered. I couldn't remember his goddamn name last time.
Fire in the Sky guy.
I just remembered the Fire in the Sky and what's the other one? Now I forgot the damn ice skating one. The
Cutting Edge.
The Cutting Edge, of course.
I was like, Christopher Walken? That was the other alien movie.
And now this man's name is really Rain or Shine.
What? See, you know what? This is why I didn't write it down, because it was just a
related to
bunch
Rip
of
Torn.
words.
The guy
It
who
was just a
played,
bunch of words. I was confused.
the
I was
guy
like,
who
I don't
played
do I write it down?
Woodstock, the scientist
Oh,
in the
that was
basement.
the riddle guy. That was the guy that I
No,
thought was
his
the riddle guy.
name,
Okay, no.
he's Woodstock.
Yes,
and his
that's
real
right.
name is Raynor, R-A-Y-N-O-R, Raynor. It's Shine, S-C-H-E-I-N-E. Raynor, Shine.
S-C-H. Okay.
So it's not
That was
spelled
clever.
like any of the
His parents
words, but
were
it's
clever.
right.
His parents were real clever. That's cute. I like that.
Well, his name, I guess, is Raynor Johnson. So
Oh.
So that's his
Oh.
stage name is Raynor Shine.
Oh. Nom de plume. Okay. Nom de stage. I don't know what the French word for stage is.
Nom de film.
Nom de film.
Good thing there's no accents in this one, because
We'll put him there. Udo Kier. There you go. Udo Kier as Ron Camp.
does he look like a Ron Camp?
No, he does not.
You're gonna tell me Udo Kier's name is Ron Camp.
Anytime Udo Kier shows up, like shit's about to get weird, right? Normally that's what he says to me.
But he doesn't do
Something's
anything
gonna get
weird in
fucky.
this.
No,
no,
he
he
doesn't.
says veered.
He says weird. Yeah, it's gonna get weird when Udo Kier comes to the show.
Who else you got? Because I don't trust myself anymore to read these, because you keep looking at me like I'm not saying words.
You weren't saying words. That was the problem. You were just saying words. John Capodice as Sergeant Aguado, and Mark Margolis as Mr. Chickadance. That's what I have.
And then I had to write down Alice Drummond as Mrs. Finkel, because
That's
she's
right.
from Ghostbusters and
That's
Tu
right.
Wong Fu.
That's right. I did have her somewhere in here. I was like, oh shit.
And she plays a
I like that
wacky old lady.
Right? I know. So do I. She currently menstruating right now. Isn't that what they ask her in fucking Ghostbusters? Don't look at me like I'm insane. Don't look at me like I'm insane.
Like Ace Ventura went to this old woman. Are you currently menstruating?
Well, it seems
I
like
was
that could fit in this movie too.
what?
Shit.
Honestly, I could. Maybe I missed it. Who knows?
He doesn't.
So this opening scene, my friend in high school, Rob, so this came out 94, so we were 14, 15 years old, and that Halloween, he came as Ace Ventura, as the delivery guy,
Just
with a
busting up
box
a
full of
package.
shit, and like, he must have known someone, because it was like, I think it was an actual UPS uniform that he wore, and with the pillow stuff, or no, I think he might have even put, it wasn't the same kind of stuffed dog,
Right,
but I think he
just
might
put
have
a
had a
stuffed
plush
dog in there. Cute.
and he was very much, he did all the mannerisms.
it down the
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Shout out to Rob. I know you're not listening, but shout out anyway.
I know you're not listening, but somewhere out there. But yeah, he's like, he shows up at this apartment or whatever, and he's like, it sounds broken. Yeah. It sounded like it was
Probably
nice
is.
too.
Yeah. Here's the insurance forms.
Right, you got to fill out all this paperwork, and he's like, "Oh, can I pet your dog?" He's like, "I don't give a shit."
Yeah, that dude does not care. And what's that guy? Is that the guy
That guy's
from?
he's the warthog from fucking Raising Arizona.
Oh, that's what I thought. But he
And
was
I-
not filthy, so it was hard to tell
Right,
if it was the same
or maybe
guy.
it wasn't him. Maybe
'Cause
I'm making
in
that
Raising
shit
Arizona,
up because
that man is filthy.
he was pretty filthy. But this guy, he showed up with like two black eyes. Like they didn't make up him to have like a beat up face.
Oh,
And when he showed
just
up with
looked
two
like
black,
that?
like nobody asked any questions. They were just like, it's
Okay.
probably fine.
Maybe he puts his own makeup on.
He's only going to be here for like a day.
Right?
So just let him
Just
do the
one
fucking
little
thing. It's fine. It's fine if he has two black eyes.
So basically, he steals this dude's dog and replaces it with a plush.
You've been had by Ace Ventura.
Luhu.
Zahir.
God, we said that. We said
Luther.
so many of these things so much.
Luhu.
We were probably so fucking annoying.
He made
Oh,
an
I know we were.
entire generation of kids really annoying.
Yeah. So like when you guys are looking down on Gen Alpha out there,
I know, no.
and their skibbity toilets.
Nah.
If Jim Carrey had talked about skibbity toilet, we would have
We
been
would have been
all
out there
about the
skibbity
fucking.
doobity skibbity toilet. That's
Jim
what he
Carrey's
would
got
do.
the Riz or whatever.
Jim Carrey. Jim
No, Jim
Carrey.
Riddler.
The
He's the
Riddler.
Rizzler.
Oh, the Riddler, not the
he was
Rizzler.
the Riddler.
That's right. Getting those
That's
confused.
the Riddler. And in fact, we'll never talk about this one, but in the one where he was the Riddler and Tommy Lee Jones, who takes everything incredibly seriously, like he wanted to kill him.
Oh yeah,
He was like,
hated
I
him.
hate
What
that
was the
man.
quote? I will not condone your clownery.
Yeah, buffoonery.
or
something. Yeah,
I
something
cannot
like that.
I can't sanction this buffoonery.
Oh my god, that's
great
such a
quote.
Tommy Lee Jones thing. To
It is.
say.
I hear it when he says it. I can hear it in his voice, and I can see that look on his face, that disappointed fucking look, like.
What's the one where
the
make the face like your son just told you?
He wants to quit college and become a professional unicyclist.
Yes, and he's always got that look, like
He's
really,
looking over the paper, like
really.
over the readers.
So yeah, he takes the dog and he's trying to get away, but first he parked real
Right.
far, so he had
He
to walk
runs.
for a long way
Right,
with the
he
dog.
has to run for a couple blocks, and now, of course, the car don't start.
Nope.
He's like, oh, sometimes it gets flooded. Whatever. Like, are you hungry, boy?
He's got the little
Couple-
ashtray full of dog kibble.
Full of the kibbles, and now the dude has caught up.
Yeah, he
Caught up.
He got caught
He got caught up to
He's
him.
smashing windows and hanging onto the back. For this dog, just to keep it from his ex-girlfriend, he don't like the dog. It's not like
I
the dog's
know.
worth money. It was just her
Maybe.
little scruffy dog.
I don't know. I don't know what this, but it sets us up for how hard he goes.
Yeah.
As a pet dick. Takes
sure
it very
does.
seriously.
And he gets away and he brings it back to its sexy mommy.
Oh, yes.
And she wants to pay with a blowjob, and he's all, gee, let me think. Sure.
Okay. And he's like hanging off of the
And now,
fucking-
but you can clearly see that his belt is still on.
I know.
So like they're pretending like she's doing some wild shit. I don't know.
I mean,
what
like
could she have
maybe
been
she
doing?
is. Like using it as a chew toy.
Right? Just swinging it back, swinging her head back and forth with it in her mouth. Like, what
She's
would
doing
even
one of
cause
those
that?
alligator death rolls.
That's my new laugh for this year. I can recreate that one. Oh. But yeah, you can see that his pants are still on, but whatever.
Right. Whatever. It's fine.
So then just quick shot of a nighttime dolphin tank.
Oh, right. It's just
Dolphin napping.
there's some shady business going down at the stadium with the dolphin tank.
Which it was giving me because we just talked about Jaws 3D on
I
that
know.
other show. I was having Jaws 3D flashbacks to
When
them in
we
this
get
tank.
to a little bit further down the road, same.
Yeah. So now Ace is sneaking into his own apartment with a palm frond, which you can see he's done many times
And
because
it's
there's a
like-
pile of palm
Right.
fronds
It's like a
outside the door.
semi-shitty apartment building, but it looks like one of those Art Deco buildings.
Right? Like it
I was like,
probably
ooh.
is to rent that place now. $3,000
I'm sure.
at minimum for a one bedroom. And
Minimum. I don't know what Florida rent.
oh, that's true. I don't know for
I
Florida.
don't know what that section is, but it looked like it was supposed to be shitty, but the building looked like it was cool.
Yeah. So he thinks he's gotten away, and then Ventura.
Yes, Satan.
And that's Mr. Chickadance.
Mr. Chickadance.
Chickadance.
Mr. Chickadance.
But yeah, he's behind on rent, and he's like, I just got to find this. Was it albino
Right. He's
pigeon?
like, I'm on a case. $25,000
for an albino pigeon.
That's an eccentric bird person.
For
It's an
sure.
eccentric bird person.
And he's like, yeah, if I just find this pigeon, like I can get you all
Right.
the money you need. And he's like, I think you got animals in there.
I hear him scratching around.
Oh my God. And what's all that? Why you have all this pet food? And he's like, fiber or
Fiber?
something. Yeah.
Duh.
So he's like, come on in and check
Yeah.
yourself.
Snoop around.
And does a little key jiggle. And when he opens the door,
No,
nothing
nothing.
there.
Nope.
and now I don't know how is there. Where's the fucking cat boxes and the? You
I know
what
it-
mean?
I know
there's
it
no
smells in
evidence
there.
Like that
I
capuchin
know
monkey
it
cleaned all this
smells
shit up when he
crazy.
heard
I
that.
know it smells crazy.
That's when he sniffed the
in
air.
there.
I'm like, how can he not smell
Well,
it?
he was also. Did you see him sitting in his shitty fucking dark apartment picking his toes
Ugh.
before
So his
he came
apartment
in there?
already smells like crazy.
He's nose blind too.
Yeah.
I don't know how he think because he heard something. It's probably the roaches in your ears, Mr. Chicken
Oh.
I seen your apartment.
So as soon as he leaves, Ace whistles and he turns into Stephanie Speck.
Come to me, my gentle friend.
His house is full of wild animals. Oh my God.
He's got like he's got a monkey in a bread box. He's got squirrels. He's got skunks. He's got birds of every feather,
Which later he's letting eat out of his belly button.
which was disgusting. But you know his whole look is based on a bird. That's what he decided, that his
the hair
the
makes
bright
sense.
colors,
Yeah.
the hair, all of the
Okay.
movements, the fucking neck thing he does
Oh, okay. That all makes
is all
sense.
based off of a bird. That's what he said.
So the Dolphins mascot has been stolen. That was the dolphin we saw.
Oh shit,
And
Snowflake.
the athletes are so superstitious.
Right.
They can't tell them, or like they don't want them to even know the dolphin is gone.
Right, the owner's like, he don't give a shit about a goddamn fish.
But these athletes, I got a man wearing a, what do you say? Wearing the
He
same
has not
jockstrap
washed his jockey.
because he thinks flies are lucky. Oh, can you? It's so bad. It's
No.
attracting flies.
No.
well, they're lucky.
Well, I'm sorry.
And
as
Roger's
his
over there.
teammate,
Well, no, absolutely
not
not.
gonna fly.
No, not gonna fly. Who are you giving me right now with that?
I don't
What
know.
rodent man are you giving me right now with that? Oh,
Little Joey
shit.
Pants.
Oh, what are you, little Jeremy Piven right
Oh
now?
God! No, he's gonna try to dry hump me. Remember that dream?
Yes.
I got made fun of
I
forever
remember
for my
every
Jeremy
dream you've ever
Piven
had.
dry
Well,
hump dream.
That's what you get for fucking making Harlan Williams my boyfriend.
Oh, we got a message from, I think it was Patrick, that was like, he had heard that episode where we were talking, the last Jim Carrey episode,
Yeah,
that-
funny.
where Harlan Williams came up, and I said it was your boyfriend, and then he was like, oh, just so Tessa knows, like I think he's MAGA, and I was
He's
all,
not really my boyfriend.
and I'm like, she doesn't actually like
brokenhearted.
Harlan Williams. It's
I know.
an inside
Like,
joke,
oh, you know what? I'm not gonna tell her.
right? I'm like, oh no, she's
It
gonna be
would break
heartbroken.
her heart.
Be heartbroken. I'm like, no, she's fine. It's fine.
I'll be okay.
So yeah, so he, Melissa and Podactor are tasked to find this dolphin.
Right. And some lady speaks up talking about like, oh, when I lost my cuddles,
Right.
I
called
hired
the
a pet detective. He was very good.
Cut to him sliding off this roof
Right, it's
trying to
very-
catch this pigeon.
Very scientific process. He's like,
So skilled. That's what it sounds like on top of my garage. every
I know
morning.
the fucking march of pigeons up there.
Totally. They're like line dancing up there.
It's like the good feathers.
It is. If I could ever get like a sight of them, I would take a picture and Photoshop
Right?
a little,
They're up there like doing their
Good
little
feathers, yeah.
good feathers shuffle.
doing a little dance.
Cool.
So Ace gets the call. He heads down to Dolphins headquarters.
Yes. He
And
just,
this, it's the
tearing ass.
like a glove. God, he said that so many fucking times. Not that I ever parked that fucking amazingly in my life
Well,
to be saying
no.
like a glove.
Like a glove.
So he goes in and meets Melissa, and I don't know why he needed to see the VHS tape of the Dolphins' new football trick in order to solve this crime.
Yeah. She was like, are you familiar?
Have you seen a dolphin before?
Yeah, with Snowflake. Negative. She's like, well, here, let me play you his little, his roll.
And oh God, him eating these sunflower seeds. He looks at her like fucking Beetlejuice in the cartoon with the roaches between his teeth, like, oh, I don't smoke. It's a disgusting habit. Like,
Do you need an ashtray?
no, I don't smoke. Disgusting.
Right. Gross. So he goes down to the field.
And they keep the tank. Wow.
I know.
All right.
I don't know what happened. I had
Don't
to
talk so
fucking
fast, Tessa.
reset. I had to reset.
But like they
reboot a
keep
little
the dolphin tank on the practice
That's
field.
what I'm saying. Like, what you're like in the middle of a like at night.
I mean, I guess
no
that's
wonder
how,
it got stolen.
right. Like I can see on Super Bowl game day
Sure,
you bring it
sure,
out
like,
to do the
for
trick,
the
but that's
little
not where
show.
it lives, right?
I hope not.
In the field pool.
Yeah,
I don't
seems
know. It
sad.
does. It does.
Seems sad.
He has a window.
Oh well, that's good at least.
That's all he needs.
He can see what he's missing. Oh, I wonder if this is the dolphin Capricorn that was in Jaws 3 that you can
can
still
you find
go
out who's
swim
Snowball, the dolphin?
Yeah.
Snowflake.
Snowball.
Oh no.
Snowballs.
That's a different dolphin.
Why is its name Snowflake? That doesn't
I
seem like
don't
a
know. In
sports
Miami?
mascot name in Miami. Right?
don't
Wouldn't it
know.
be named Sunshine?
Wouldn't it be named Sunshine?
If you're gonna give it
or
a
something?
weather-related name for a Florida
right? Not
football team,
Snowflake. Maybe it came from a frosty area. That's why
Maybe.
it's so miserable.
telling me about the real story of
oh Lord,
Oh God,
the
is it?
Miami Dolphins actually having a mascot.
Did it live on the field?
Okay, I'm getting sidetracked.
we're never gonna know what
Well,
dolphin it was.
When you find out, you let us know.
But he jumps down in the tank and does this like Star Trek bit into his sunglasses.
Stardate. Yeah, whatever.
Inhabited a tank at the Dolphin Stadium.
Wow,
Did it really?
Flipper.
man, the 90s
Its name
were
was
different.
Flipper. Didn't Flipper like swim into its handler's arms and like kill itself?
Something. I feel like I remember it committing suicide was a thing.
Or wait, if the Butthole Surfer song, it had a nasty virus.
Oh, that's right. I could hear it in my head now.
Depending on what timeline you're part of.
Damn. Joined the team in 66, lived in a tank on the east side of the Orange Bowl, the stadium that served as the home field for their first 21 seasons.
Oh, wow.
So that's 21 years.
Oh.
Yes?
Well, it just said that
Don't they do that?
Not that the
same
dolphin was
Flipper
there
from
for
the show
21 years.
Flipper.
Oh, it was Flipper?
No shit.
From 64 to 67, and then was the Dolphins mascot in 66.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Weird.
Actual Flipper was their mascot.
Wow.
Well, there
no.
were multiple dolphins used for the show Flipper. So
Yeah.
This was
Oh,
one of
so
those.
one
Oh,
of the
one
Flipper
of the
dolphins.
dolphins.
Well, I guess that makes sense too. But that's fucking wild that it
Yeah.
lived in the tank on the field.
Well, there was a high cost associated with transporting and
I would
maintaining
imagine.
a live dolphin on the field.
No
Right?
shit.
Yeah.
I bet.
You are fucking kidding me.
So I'm looking up the acting dolphin, if it was also in Jaws 3D. That's
Yes.
what you want to know?
Yes.
or if
Or
it-
any of the-
whatever,
whatever.
or any of the things that feature.
Is it
the
famous
dolphin.
for anything
Is
else?
it a famous dolphin or is it just a regular ass dolphin?
And now these reporters flock in to interview the dolphin? What's
Right,
happening?
they want to see the trick, and why the fuck would they show you this brand new trick?
the
that they're gonna
surprise
show
trick for the Super Bowl.
bitch.
I'm not going to show it to you on the news so you can
Seriously,
blow it for everybody.
I know we're gonna
don't
put it on the
understand
6
why
o'clock news.
reporters are there.
I know, but Roger's really funny. He's like, if it looks like I'm walking funny, it's because I got about 12 dozen reporters up my ass.
So he checks the filter and he finds this little gem,
Yeah, because Melissa's like, get the fuck out of the pool.
right? Because
Get
they
the
all
fuck
think
out
there's
of the
still
pool.
a dolphin
right,
in there.
exactly. And he gets around to the little, doing that little,
His Mission Impossible.
and he gets a little, there's like a little crystal.
Yeah, some sort of, you don't know what it is yet, but there's some sort of little
I
gem.
feel like he could have just blown that straight out of his hand. He seemed like he was real haphazard with all
Right?
of the shit. And I feel like that shit wasn't gross or wet enough.
to have just been drained.
They
got in there with towels and
right,
dried it all
Dampened
up.
it down. Tampered with the evidence. You mean?
So he goes down to the police station and they're all making fun of him about
Of
being a
course.
pet detective.
Yes.
And Aguado smashes this bug.
Homicide.
And then he's like, oh, can you solve this one? And he's like, yeah, it got jealous or whatever.
The perp was saw the size of the victim's dick and became jealous. Oh shit! And this fucking ass talking.
God.
I had forgotten, and I don't know how.
And you're going to do this in Tone Loke's face.
right? Can I ask you a few questions? Do you have a mint? Perhaps some banaka?
Oh
When he gets all upset, he's like, "Oh, you really pissed him
When
off."
he's like holding on to the chair and like thumping it around like, oh. He's trying to get out. So he wants Emilio to tell him of everything he knows about the Snowflake case.
Right, like,
who's
who's
working
working
it? What have you guys done so far, found out so far? And he's like, look, Einhorn's on her way. Like, you got to
she's
get the fuck
coming
out
down here now. And he's like, Aguado. He's like, Aguado's working the case. There's no fucking information. I don't know what to tell you. We have actual homicides
to investigate.
to deal with.
So he gives him the rundown as much as he can, and then Einhorn enters
Asshole mio.
as he's doing that. And now he says Holy Testicle Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's not a saying.
He did say things like that in order to make
But like he had
taglines to
absolutely
get people.
no
I know.
reason to say
No reason to
in
say that.
response to Einhorn, Holy Testicle Tuesday, because he knew nothing at that point.
No.
That's supposed to be foreshadowing.
I guess.
I guess so. There is a bit of foreshadowing that I had never noticed later on that
Oh,
I'll bring
okay.
up when we get there.
So yeah,
Oh,
he's
you're
like,
foreshadowing the foreshadowing.
I am foreshadowing the foreshadowing.
It's eight shadowing, bitch.
Oh,
She ate shadowing.
Oh, I ate and left no crumbs.
oh, she gonna 8 shadow
I'm
you.
all eight. That's what they call me. Eight
So-
shadow. You're 20 G's and I'm 8
Shadow. Oh god, we gotta both have number related nicknames.
or else it won't work.
So yeah, he's gonna give her a call sometime. Your number's still 911.
Oh, right.
Righty then.
The fucking
Yes.
I do that shit all the time.
It's like the guy, the different goodbyes. The video of the guy.
Oh, it's been a late night for me. I'm gonna go.
It's so funny. I wish we had video right now, so you could see Tessa doing the different goodbyes.
Oh, it's a late night for me.
And then like he goes to a Cannibal Corpse show.
Yes.
actual cannibal.
It is actually, and it was his favorite band at the time. He got them to
and
come
that's where
down
his
and play it.
scientist friend works underneath the
When he
the
comes in,
venue,
like,
doing his little slow dance. Like, so yeah, he goes downstairs. What's the password? The password is not nipples. It is
New England clam chowder.
red or white.
Oh, I can never remember this. White?
It's got to be white. Yes. Red chowder is not really chowder. That's just red soup. That's clam soup.
That's clam
For it to be a
soup.
chowder, it's got to be milky, right? That's to me a chowder is like a corn
I know, but
chowder.
you're making it sound gross, and I really like clam chowder.
I mean,
Chowder. Say chowder.
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 So yeah, Ace wants help
That's
from
how
this
you say
guy
it in French.
because he's got all this
know
tracking
that one.
equipment. He's got all this tracking equipment for
Right, he's like Norwegian
Ocean
whaling
shit,
ships
yeah.
and like whatever. He can hack into all of the things. And he was like, I need you to find people that have been getting equipment to transport and house a
Dolphins.
dolphin. He was like,
all right, Ali G, relax. I know I told you to stay up on your mic, but
well, now I'm just having
you
fun
don't
with it.
you don't got to blow on the
this?
clit, all right?
Didn't work out.
Oh,
That was a
be careful what you wish for. You may get the lizard queef all up in your ears.
The lizard queen.
So they find out that billionaire and rare fish collector Ronald Camp
Bingo.
has been getting dolphin stuff.
And oh, look, he's throwing a party.
Time for me to get a date.
Right. So Melissa takes him because I guess she can go.
Right, because she
'Cause he's
knows
like-
she's apparently Camp's got the hots for her or something.
I know.
He's like all flirty.
She was like, "Don't embarrass me."
Look who you're with, ma'am.
Did you see what he was
There is
wearing?
zero
first of
chance
all?
he's not gonna
dressed like a
embarrass
cockatiel.
If a cockatiel went to a fancy
If a cockatiel
soiree,
became a man and got invited to a party, this would be your date.
and this dude that answers the door, Captain Stubing,
Go!
I had to double take because I thought it might really be Captain Stubing. He did. I could.
Permission to come aboard,
He
sir.
looks so much. Why did we watch so much Love Boat?
Oh
'Cause it-
man.
It's because it had all the stars of the other shows
Exactly.
you watch, right? So you were
Yeah.
like, who's the guest star?
I
this
know
week?
because you
It
want
was
to
like
see.
our version of SNL. Well, not really.
Yeah,
but
I don't know,
we
was
were
it-
like, oh, it's like your favorite
It's
actors
just
from
like
other
the
shows
guest,
that you
yeah,
watch.
the guest star.
it just
whoever
made
was
everything
gonna
a
show up.
crossover.
Yeah.
Everything
It could be a crossover from every show. So yeah, so Camp comes in to greet Melissa, and he's like all clearly like, "Oh, is this a friend of
Hello,
yours?"
Melissa. Is this a friend? Who is your friend?
Oh, it's my date.
Does he have a name?
Ace. Tom Ace. He's a
Lawyer.
lawyer.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's it. He looks like one.
Right. And he goes and has some appetizers.
Well, he talks about like, oh yeah, I do all these like class action suits where like most people get poisoned in private house parties. Oh look, there's the hors d'oeuvres.
Yes.
He's over there like nibbling at things.
And then he's like, "Oh, I need the bathroom."
"Where's your bathroom?" I'm sure
Oh,
it
that's
was
a
from
stomach
earlier.
Yeah. So he goes in the bathroom and out the window, Mission Impossible style, for no reason whatsoever.
Goes over the
Dun,
one
dun,
fence
dun, dun,
and then goes back over the
Which
same
he
fence.
did not need
and
to
he
go
hangs
over.
off of the door.
which is a single story. It's like
No
he's
one's
not hanging
watching
off of-
him.
No.
No.
And that
We
door is
are.
not locked. You
No.
just
No.
walk in.
He just has a secret
Which when
water
you find
layer.
out what's in there though, that door should have been locked.
Why did they have? Okay, so we go into this unlocked door.
And at first it's just, oh, a beautiful aquarium. You're like, oh, this
Right,
is like,
you're
the
oh,
aquarium area.
Sure,
or
like
whatever.
this is where he does all his aquarium shit because he's got them fucking everywhere. But no, there's this big, murky, dork tank.
And he's like, that's where the dolphin must be.
Obviously, nothing has surfaced. A mammal that needs to breathe air
Has not come up. No.
in this dark, murky. Like they made it purposefully like scary.
Yeah. And he gets this bucket of fish, takes it up there, snowflake,
Yeah,
and
no.
fucking Jaws comes out of the water. So they had a great white in a fucking bucket.
He was
In
able
his
to
back
keep
room?
it. Nobody. They were since Jaws 3. Nobody was able to keep a great white alive
In captivity.
until Ron Camp.
Well, because Ron Camp knew you need that water to be dirty as fuck.
Exactly.
apparently,
That's what it
keep
has to be. It has to be dirty and spooky and murky.
That's how
and
Jaws likes it.
dork. You do not give Jaws a window.
No. Jaws don't like it.
That's not Snowflake.
Jaws wants to sneak up on you.
Jaws doesn't want to be
And
fed.
no-
He wants to hunt.
And the way he's getting dragged around the tank, the fact that not
Just his
no
pants
skin
were
was
shredded?
broken. He shredded your pants without biting your legs
Shredded your
off.
pants.
Your pants. On your pants.
He shredded my pants.
So yeah, there to shark be.
Yep. Oop.
So he comes out of the bathroom sopping wet, clothes all torn up, and we used to say this. I still say this.
Do not go in there. Woo!
Yes. You gotta. It's polite. I mean, not at a fancy soiree.
It's polite.
But if you have house guests and you ruin the bathroom, you should
I'm going
warn
to do
them.
that later.
You should say, hey, no, don't go in there.
Do not. When you're all wet,
Come out all.
turlet water.
So they leave, and Cam's all apologetic, like, oh, I'll have the plumbing checked
Right.
immediately. Like they think the toilet shot him up to the ceiling and did this or something.
I know, and then he sees, he
he's
goes to
wearing the
shake his
ring.
hand, and he sees the ring, and he grabs his arm, like, all aggressively. This man on a cane
Yes.
is throwing off balance, and he's like, oh, give me that.
But it's not missing a stone.
Nope, and he was like, well, he's clean.
So he asked Melissa on the way home about this, whatever this ring was, and she's like, oh, they find out it's the 1985 Dolphin AFC Championship ring.
Right.
And he's like, oh, perfect. If I find the ring with the missing stone,
I'll
like,
find Snowflake.
so he starts tracking down everyone with that ring. And we get the montage of how he checks all
Everybody.
of these
He's
rings.
stalking and harassing. He's in a mailbox. He's trying to run up alongside.
He's getting
with
flipped
his
off in
boots on,
traffic. Yeah.
Getting his forehead punched from
arm
being,
wrestling. Oh, God, the forehead punch. And he checks in the mirror to see if there's
That
all
was
the
a
jewels.
hairy man.
Yes.
Hairy man.
Harry Means.
And then he gets up in the urinal with the other guy who likes it.
I know that one backfires.
He was like,
on him.
yeah,
He, like,
check it out.
Follows him out like,
Cool
oh, you want
dick,
to see,
bro.
You want to see my dick? Come
It's
back.
cool.
I want to see yours too.
Sea bass.
Kick his ass. He spends a lot of time like worried about that shit in the bathroom.
Right?
Jim
Yeah,
Carrey,
apparently
dude.
that was an ongoing joke for him in the 90s.
Oh, is
huh?
it?
Right?
Being,
Seems
being
like it.
harassed or not harassed, but whatever'd in a bathroom.
So he's he finds nothing. He's hanging out at Melissa's house. Why is she like casually hanging out with him off the clock?
don't know.
I mean,
and
look at who he dated in the 90s.
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
He married Lauren Holly after that other one.
That's so weird.
He was coming after Courtney Cox, and she said no.
No. And he tells her
I'm
dog
going
is
after
sad.
David
Winner.
Arquette instead.
Oh, well,
That's
yeah.
true. That's true. He could have got her. He could have got
He
Courtney
could have
Cox.
got her.
Yeah.
If David Arquette could get her, Jim Carrey could have got her. I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
So yeah, he's like, "Oh, your dog is sad. I feel sorry for him." He's like
do you
negging
feel?
her, like, "Okay, Mr.
I know.
E."
Seriously. And then he calls her fat. She's one of the skinniest
And she
people
just
on
laughs
the
like,
planet Earth. Yeah.
he's funny.
What do you want? You want me to? She's like, you better leave. And he's like, why? So you could beat him?
And then when she walks off, he's like, "Oh,
You like
she's
her?
all
Yeah,
right.
I like her too.
She's okay."
Whatever. And she's gotten the call.
Oh wait, before we find out about the call, it's a good time for a break.
You know what? You're right. It is, because then shit's gonna get fucky.
We'll be right back.
Fancy taking a humorous trip down a random topic each week? You do? Well, you're in luck. Casting Views, presented by me, Dan, brings you just that. With topics from the world of technology, entertainment, and everyday life, there's bound to be a topic that's going to inform and amuse. Catch Casting Views every Sunday on all listening platforms now.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back, and Melissa goes to answer the phone, and she gets a call that Roger's dead.
He committed suicide, leapt to his death from his 20-story apartment.
Yeah. Ooh. Bummer.
And so Ace sneaks right into the crime scene.
Right. Well, they go down there because she's a friend or
Yeah.
whatever, and he just kind of goes around and listens to what's happening. They're talking to a neighbor, and she talks about hearing a scream, and he goes to get the dog, Roger's dog, poor little pup.
And the dog starts barking at Einhorn and all the cops like...
It can sense evil.
And so Einhorn tries to kick him out, but he just grabs a rubber glove and keeps looking around.
Right. He was like, oh, well, it would be obvious that I wouldn't want somebody going over my mistakes either.
And he's like, oh, like you missed this spot of blood on the railing. And she just wipes it up with her bare finger
I
off
know.
the railing.
Well,
I mean, we know why, but like other cops are standing right there. No one was like,
everybody
Was that
licks
not
her
evidence?
boots.
That's true.
Everybody licks her boots.
They do more than that. We find
Well,
out later.
that's also
apparently.
very true. I guess, unless they're just from being around,
I
which
guess.
is awful. I prefer to think she's a slut.
So Ace tells them his murder theory and points out the neighbor says she heard a scream.
Right.
And now look at this. And he does that thing with the door. The sliding glass.
We did that so much.
Yes, that too.
Yep.
Me and my brother were so obnoxious about
Yes.
this movie.
Same.
And
I
so-
also have a brother, and we were also obnoxious because of this movie.
And this proves that he was screaming inside the apartment and not on his way down.
Right. And the killer closed the door before they left. Yes!
This house
Is clear. Losers!
So he heads back to the stadium for more clues, and she's impressed with his skills. Like,
Right. She's like, ooh, hey, you really love animals, don't you?
if it gets cold enough.
Kidding. I'm kidding. He's like, no, you really want to know why?
I had this dream when I was 12, and he like describes Cujo.
Right. I was like, it's like a Cujo story. This dog is wild with rabies. Right when I got up to the front door. Yeah, look right here on my neck.
So he sees a photo of someone in that he
Yeah.
didn't check their
Who
rings.
the
Like, who's
hell
this?
is that?
It's Ray Finkel, the kicker.
Oh, what?
Why isn't he in this picture? Well, he wasn't added till mid-season.
Right.
You don't know about him? He missed the final field goal. Cost the Dolphins a game.
Well, that sounds like a motive.
We got to get to the microfiche.
I wrote that same shit. Microfiche. EEEESH fiche.
And they get on that microfiche to find out where is Ray Finkel now.
Where is he now? Went back to his hometown.
He thinks she might not be safe at her apartment. Well, what do you suggest?
Let's fuck like animals.
Yeah. And now they use this song in the sequel, but not for a sex part. And I'm like, you cannot establish in the original that the jungle song is for sex and then just use it randomly for people walking through the jungle. Like, no,
they
you
were,
already used
like,
it.
legitimately in the jungle, though,
I guess. Yeah, they were. They were.
But
So,
all
yeah.
the animals are watching him fuck, and he fucks like
I
crazy.
know.
He's got that
animals are just
loony dick.
Because she's like, oh my God, 3 times. Yo, sorry, that's never happened to me before. I must be tired.
All right,
Okay,
ready
I'm
again.
ready. I'm sorry. No, thank you.
No, it hurts now. Please stop.
I am dry as a bone.
Dry as a bone.
Number 4 in one evening?
Now it just feels like you're hurting.
You're hurting me. Get away.
Get away.
And I'm sorry, I couldn't have all the animals right. I can't even have my own
Again,
like 2 or 3 pets
I
in the
know
room.
it smells crazy in
Why
there.
wouldn't they go back to her place? Oh, because she's not safe at her place, duh. She has to come back to his place. That was the whole point. It was about keeping her safe, I guess.
Sure it was.
So yeah, so now they head to the home of Ray Stinkle. It's like spray painted on the like, and this
Right.
has been 10 years now almost.
Yes.
And
They
these
are-
people they are mad.
Yes.
His parents' house
And
all
Collier
graffitied up.
County is bullshit now because it is the home of Ray Stinkle. The whole house is covered in graffiti. I mean, it's out in the middle of kind of nowhere. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it's a very populated area. So
So Ace comes and knocks on the door looking for Ray and
Greeted with
a
a
clean pair of shorts.
right, I'm looking for Ray Finkel and a clean pair of shorts.
So he lists off all of his knowledge of Ray and says he's a big fan, and the dad's still going to shoot him.
Are you one of those hard copy guys?
But the mom comes and wrestles the gun away, like, oh, she's a fan.
It's like the barrel of the gun is like passing between everybody's head. Right. Like, oh, Ray will be home any minute. He loves to meet his fans.
Here, have a football-shaped cookie.
Laces out.
And dad's like, Ray ain't coming home.
Yeah, the motor is on, but there's nobody behind the wheel.
8 years ago, our son escaped from a home, and the mom blames Dan Marino.
Yeah, I hope he gets gonorrhea,
And
dies
burns
of
in
gonorrhea,
hell.
burns in hell.
Oh my God. I kept my room just like he left it. You want to see?
Yeah, I'll take you up to his room. Oh yeah, serial killer land.
Laces out, die Dan. There's like voodoo dolls of Dan.
Right,
Knives,
real
blood.
sports nut.
Right?
How did they pitch this to Dan Marino?
I know,
Right? This is all going to be
And then
about
he
you.
drug isotoners into this.
Right? Free
I mean, he had
advertising.
no choice.
All
It was Dan
publicity is good
Marino. Yeah,
publicity.
well, it was he was synonymous. It was like OJ and Hertz.
Yeah. So Ace calls up Melissa. I'm in Psychoville, and Finkel
You were
is
going
the
to say
mayor.
synonymous with something else.
Well,
That hurts.
I mean,
Pre.
yeah,
Yeah.
before that.
And yeah, and this is where they bring Isotoner in because he wants her to protect Dan
where's
Marino,
Dan
and he's
Marino?
at the Isotoner commercial shoot.
Right. He's doing that very same thing right now.
And he's already being kidnapped.
Yep. He gets dragged off by 2 football players or thugs in football costumes, and they take him straight off the lot.
And they shoot at Ace, and he catches a bullet in his teeth. And he flips a car, and then he loses him. Like, you're telling me he can catch a bullet in his teeth, but he just flipped
crashes
his car?
the car. I mean, he still starts the car after it rolls over back on top of its wheels.
My kid was watching with me, the oldest, and he was all that time he was driving with the broken windshield with his head out the car. He's like, that can't be safe. I'm like, no, I'm sure it's not.
If you go past a bus, it's over.
Right? You're going to lose your head.
Don't lose your head.
So Lieutenant Einhorn's being hassled by the media.
Right.
She has no comment.
Nope.
Ace is waiting in her office.
She's like, when I get out of that bathroom, you better be gone.
And she leaves the door open a crack.
Number 1 or number 2? I just want to know how much time I have.
And either way, like, who leaves the door open a crack?
Right?
Well, there's someone you want to leave sitting in your office. Like,
I know. She just had to wash her hands.
So he's like, I solved the crime. And he mentions Ray Finkel. And she's like,
Oh, yeah.
make it quick.
And this is where, if you look on the desk on the corner, there's 2 apples and a banana.
Is there really?
There really is.
My
Just
God.
sitting right there like a dick and balls.
My God.
I know. I never noticed that before. I read it. And then when I
No.
saw it this
Yeah.
time, I was like, oh, look, there it is.
Never noticed.
Yep.
So he's telling her about the rare stone in the tank
Right.
and about Ray Finkel's paranoid delusional psychosis.
Right.
I saw his room, cozy for Hannibal Lecter. And she's like, yeah, how does Podactor fit into
And
all
that's the
this?
second Hannibal Lecter reference he makes across movies between Cable Guy and this one. He makes another. I mean, I guess at least the guy from Silence of the Lambs was in Cable Guy.
True. So she asks, well, where's Finkel now? Oh, he's been plotting his revenge for years, just
Right.
waiting for the perfect time to get payback.
Super Bowl.
time. She's like, congratulations, you've done some fine detective work, Ace. And she like
Ace?
starts making out with him on her
Right?
desk.
Your gun is digging into my hip.
Oh, that's going to come up later.
Down, boy.
He gets up and she's like, what? Is it that bony little bitch, Melissa Robinson? No, you just don't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know he had to write it that way. He couldn't be into it and then find out later.
Not. Of course not. And Aguado comes in like, you want me to throw him out? She's like, why don't you throw yourself out? Aguado's a little simp.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, whatever. So she's like, when we find Marino, we'll deliver Snowflake. He's like, when I find Snowflake, I'll deliver Marino.
So Ace shows up at Melissa's and tells her she has to
You
commit
have to
him.
commit me.
It's like, that should be fucking easy.
Over there at Shady Acres. And of course, he's the master of disguise
In
with
his
his
tutu.
I laughed so hard.
Doing his slow-mo football replays.
Now let's see it. An instant replay.
And the doctor tells Melissa, oh, your brother won't be the first pro athlete we've treated.
And it's the mayor of New York City.
Yes, it sure was. So we've got 2 Ghostbusters cast members in this one at least.
Yes.
And it was supposed to be Rick Moranis.
It was supposed to be Rick
as Ace
Moranis
Ventura.
or Judd Nelson.
That's, I think Rick Moranis could have done it, but Jim Carrey's, he doesn't really do swarthy in this. There
No.
were moments in this where he's trying to be like,
Well, sure.
I'm sorry, I'm not. Rick
I
Moranis
just
fucked
assumed-
Courtney Cox 3 times in an hour. I don't know. I
I
love
just
you, but
assumed. I thought that Jim Carrey came up with this. I didn't think there was
assumed-
anybody else.
I assumed it was his own character
Was
or
that
something
for
because he's
this?
one of the writers. I think
Yeah.
it says there's like 3
I mean, I don't
writers and
know.
he's one of them.
Well, then because it never comes up in Living Color, and I will talk about this later. But like he does, like, alrighty then, which
yeah.
is a lot of, and he does mannerisms of Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah.
So I just assumed he did. I had no idea that anybody else
No.
would have done it. I understand Rick Moranis, whatever, it was your decision, but to turn this down to do Flintstones.
Yeah. Not the greatest
I mean, I know
choice.
Elizabeth Taylor did a Flintstones movie. I know she did, but
Yeah.
a check's a check. That's fine.
True.
That's
True,
fine.
true.
It's fine.
So the doctor asks
He was
her.
in the one with John Goodman as
Yeah.
Fred, right?
He was Barney, was
Yeah,
he
he
not?
was Barney.
Yeah, he was Barney. Because I get it mixed up with the Flintstone sequel, which had entirely different cast members.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it was
totally
different
new
people.
So he asked Melissa if her brother, because that's what she said this
Right.
is, has a long history of mental illness.
As long as I've known him.
And Ace breaks into the storage room and finds the Finkel box.
Well, she goes by there. She was like, "Oh, there's the storage area," and he's like, "Halftime."
Yeah.
So
So
he'll be fine there for 20 minutes or whatever. So they leave. He gets in there in the fucking bubble wrap.
and then he tries to hide in this box.
Oh,
and
yes.
just
He's looking through all of his shit and somebody's coming in. So he tries to get in this fucking box. Oh, it's so stupid.
thank God they don't come in because there is no way he was getting
No,
away
he's
with
got
that.
like one leg sticking straight out and then he just.
And he finds this news article about a missing hiker named Lois Einhorn.
Search called off for missing hiker. Will not recover the body of 28-year-old Lois Einhorn.
Holy shitballs.
What?
So back at the police station,
Emilio is going through Einhorn's shit.
Right, Einhorn leaves and Tone goes and checks out her office. And there's a
Right.
note from Roger.
Oh, they had a really good time. And oh shit. So he calls Ace to let him know like something ain't stirring the Kool-Aid, man.
And that's when he's feeding the parrot out of his belly button.
That's so gross.
Gross for the parrot.
Well, yeah. I mean, is there like helpful bacteria for their little birdie guts in there or something?
So he's doing Finkel and Einhorn and Finkel. Why? He can't
Why?
figure
In
out
it
what's
together.
the
Why?
connection.
How? Einhorn and Finkel. Finkel, Einhorn, Finkel, Einhorn.
And the dog lays down on the picture, and a little dog hair drapes over the head of the photo, and suddenly the crying game music starts.
About the crying.
And he starts puking like a cat, like doing the back thing.
With the, is this the plunger? He's got the
He
plunger.
plunges his mouth. He's brushing his teeth. He burns
Come
his
on.
clothes. We see his tiny, non-existent butt when
I
he
know,
gets in the shower.
like crying in the shower.
And I'm
He's playing
sorry.
the crying game. I mean, really,
You only kissed her,
Right?
Relax.
right?
And then the next scene is the next day. He's chewing an entire pack of bubble gum. Your gun is digging into my hip.
Oh, come on.
Get
You're
over
just
it.
jealous.
When we know later it wouldn't have been because she keeping it tucked.
she was,
Why would her gun have? That really was her
aroused.
gun, probably. No, it popped. It went, bling,
Yep.
it came forward.
It popped that tape.
So Dan Marino's tied up. Two guys are pushing him on the little football practice thing, whatever. Like,
Yeah, he
Doing-
sneaks into this place where they have Snowflake and Dan Marino.
so Einhorn goes. Ace is right behind her. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and Einhorn's in there grabbing Marino by the balls. And he's
I
all,
know.
"Look, lady, if you want tickets, you're going about it the wrong way."
She's like, "Do I look familiar to you,
Recognize me, Dan? Oh, I don't know. I get hit in the head a lot. Like, what the fuck?
She was like, "Oh, my favorite part, kickoff,
She sets the ball up for the kick.
laces out." And this gentleman, I guess it was,
actual man who kicked
it
the
was
football.
I feel it was one of the kickers from the Miami Dolphins team because she could not kick this ball. They were just gonna have her do it, but like she could
well, she's
not.
in like
kick this
velvet
ball.
pumps. I'm gonna give her
So
a
is
football
he.
shoe. That's true. That's true. But he's a pro. He's a pro.
Okay, I'm sorry. They also considered Alan Rickman.
For Ace
Yes, for
Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
Well, it was initially written by the two main writers before Carrey ever came on board. and
Okay,
so
became
he
a-
just
and a-
rewrote
an-
some
Yeah, an
stuff.
additional writer, but before that was when they were considering Rick Moranis. But
Alan Rickman. That's almost weirder than
Like,
Judd
you can't
Nelson.
get Rick Moranis, who has Rick in their name. Alan Rickman. There we go. I don't know. There's
That
an explain
works,
Judd
right?
Nelson
Yeah,
though.
no, that,
That
just blew my
works,
mind.
right? Oh, and also that picture I also read of Ray Finkel is Sean Young in a wig and a mustache.
That's funny. So, she kicks the ball through the roof. She made some refreshments, Dan. Make sure to open mouth kiss him before going to get the refreshments.
Right. And now the two, like Ace is closing in foolishly.
Knocks one guy out with a bucket, but the
Well,
other
he's over there
one
being assholes. They're being dicks to the
to the dolphin.
dolphin
Yeah.
for no reason. Lovely party. Pity I wasn't invited.
And he swings a big hook at them and knocks them both out.
He gets the drop.
Rappels down to save Dan,
He probably killed those guys.
right? With that big ass hook.
Yeah.
And Einhorn comes in with a gun.
She gets the drop.
And she calls Aguado to get the kidnapper, Ace Ventura. He's here. Dan's
Be careful with that phone.
Dolphin's here.
You could get a tumor.
And Emilio, the cops haul ass, and Emilio tells
Right.
Melissa they head out. And Ace is crying at the end of the gun, begging.
I know what you want. He's the one that you want. Kill him.
She's going to kill the dolphin first.
Oh, it's good to see a kicker that doesn't buckle under pressure.
What would you know about pressure? Well, I have kissed a man.
What is that about? What's that
doesn't-
about? That's not
that makes
pressure.
no sense.
None
No
whatsoever.
sense. Especially because you didn't know it was a man when you were kissing them. So
Yeah, I mean, she was pressing up against you.
yeah. So they
So
replay
anyway.
the laces out fumble from a
Right,
decade before on TV.
They're rehashing it. The kick heard round the world.
And then they get into
And
a
she's
physical
getting all
altercation.
Twitchy. Yeah, noogies.
Headbutts, noogies.
Yes, a fist fight. So now the cops close in with guns drawn, and Lois is kicking his ass.
Yeah, she sure is.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
And Melissa comes in holding Emilio hostage.
Uh-oh, don't shoot. Don't shoot.
So they put their guns down, and Ace tells them all about Ray Finkel.
Oh, fiction can be fun, but reference is so much more interesting.
She's not Lois Einhorn. She's Ray Finkel.
This
She's
is-
a man.
This is a wig,
Would a real woman wear one of these? Tries to rip her hair out.
right?
Oh no.
Would
No,
a real
that's-
woman be missing these? Rips her shirt open and she got
Got
titties.
surgery for that now.
Well, I doubt he could find the time during his schedule to get rid of Mr. What do you
K-
say?
Mr.
Big old
Knish.
Mr. Knish. Rips the skirt off and nope, still no.
right?
Looks,
Yeah,
look good.
that's a good tuck. You know, Trinity
But then
the
Dan
tuck
Marino's
style.
back there.
Yeah. So wait, I see the Dan Marino who gets hit in the head a lot, seen it, but there was also a bunch of cops behind her. Like
Right? Like
none
no
of
one
them
else
saw
noticed?
because that was a for a tuck and everything else. That was like a situation going on down there.
Yeah.
That was Ray's Finkel.
So either she's suffering from the worst case of hemorrhoids I've ever seen.
Gross.
That's a terrible.
That's
case
a
of
terrible
hemorrhoids.
case of
That's-
hemorrhoids.
I don't even know.
It's a real casserole down there.
Oh, Kimberly Boggs.
Wow, you haven't been called by your full name in a while.
Your full government name, Kimberly
Kimberly
Boggs.
Oh,
Well, she doesn't do that often.
that's why Roger's dead. He found Mr. Winky. And even the dolphin, every cop and the dolphin starts gagging.
Yes. Yes. It's terrible.
And she
That's why I
grabs,
say I prefer just to think that she's a slut, not that like they're just
well, so
so
my
disgusted.
kid, my trans kid is watching this with me and we had a little discussion and he's like, she's not even trans though. She's
I
like a
know.
man who with a revenge plot
right.
who stole the identity of a hiker. That's not like her true identity is
Right.
I'm really Lois Einhorn.
But he even
Yeah,
went
it's
so
more
far
like
to
a
get
dress
tits.
to kill kind of thing.
Right, yeah, more like a dress to
Ooh,
kill
I
kind
do
of thing.
love that movie. My cocaine.
So yeah, so he's like, I don't know if you can even say this is
Well, it also went with that same trope that came up time and time again.
Oh,
that
yeah.
people that do that are
they gotta have
crazy
a mental
and
illness.
that
Yeah.
they're whatever. So they're clearly a psycho killer.
Yeah.
So
I want to know how this person like that's a lot of they never explain how she got to change the identity and then become like the fucking chief of police in 8 years
I don't know.
to move up the ladder that fast as a woman in the 90s.
We saw how she did it.
She
She
was letting,
slept her way to the top.
only not all the way. I guess she'd be giving maybe some of them jungle blowjobs too. Like
Yeah,
that girl
she
in the
went for
beginning.
yeah, maybe.
She's like,
Like a Hoover.
and you just noticed for the first time ever, she's got the ring on. No one noticed
Yes,
this fat
not
ass
this
ring.
whole time. She wore it when they stole the dolphin. Oh, maybe she was wearing it because it was a special occasion because it was Super Bowl day,
Right.
And like the whole plot was coming together, so
Maybe,
she had to
yeah.
wear it as an accessory.
I guess
to
so.
everything else. I did not go back and see. Maybe
If she was wearing it before, I don't think she was.
I figured Ace would have noticed if she
You
was
would
wearing
think.
that because he got all up in Ron Camp's hand face.
Yeah, true. So they take Dan Marino back to the stadium with Snowflake.
And at halftime, not only does this dolphin manage to make the halftime show and do the trick,
The
but Dan
albino
Marino
pigeon lands on the
he
Gatorade.
gets there, yeah, and they probably win the Super Bowl. You never do find out.
No.
And the albino pigeon,
And the mascot shoos it
the
away.
fucking Eagles mascot.
And so Ace fights him.
They have a fist fight and they do a big old special thank you on the Jumbotron while he's beating,
While he's beating the shit out of it. And everyone's
the
just
Philadelphia Eagle.
Because because it's the opposing team too. So
Well,
they're
yeah,
like,
they're also in,
sweet.
and I guess that's only ever happened maybe a handful of times, if that. That
What?
the teams that are playing at the Super Bowl play at their home field.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a thing that
It's
happens
probably
all
rare.
the time. It's usually elsewhere, which that's just a little tittle. It's not like a thing. I'm not like a football fan.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know why I feel the need to tell you that. Oh God, don't
Don't
think I'm
mistake
into
me for a
football.
football fan.
Shit. I don't care.
So I turned on Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls after this, immediately after this, and I really thought, I was like, okay, I got strong memories of there's the rhino, rhino giving birth to him, the shikaka, the it's in the bone,
White
Tommy
Devil.
Davidson, all that stuff. I got kind of bored with it. I just it didn't capture my attention the way the first one did. Like,
That's true.
I mean, it's not a bad movie, but it's a lot of cultural like stuff. So now we went to the no place with the trans stuff,
Right,
and this
that's
one,
true.
then we
We
go to the no place with the racial stuff. Yes, because he's in like an African tribe,
That's true.
and he's like kind of, he's not like mocking their ways, but he's not down with
I do
the food. He's not down with it,
I do fucking find out for the bumblebee tuna. Bumblebee tuna. Your balls are showing. And the fucking the Chicago. And they like do the kneel and he's all Chicago, you're out of there.
We used to, and I feel like we used to say just as much stuff from the
that
sequel,
too.
because
Yeah,
this
yeah.
came out. I feel like it was a year or two later. Like it came out
Maybe.
really quick after the first one. I think.
like I was telling you, because Ace Ventura was so beloved and Jim Carrey became so beloved, I was like, you better believe I was first in line to see that sequel.
But I did have one note about in the beginning. So he's like rescuing I can't even remember now, a raccoon or something. But it's like up in the mountains and he's got the lederhosen on. And I was like, that's the Grinch. I swear that's the same fucking, I don't know if it's the same, but he's also wearing lederhosen as the Grinch like 5 years after the sequel came out.
It came out 1 year later.
Yeah, it was like
Okay,
right
so it
away.
was right on the heels of.
Yeah.
And
who was his? What did he have a love interest in this one? Who was
the
the
princess
hot,
from the tribe.
That's right.
Who was adorable. I can't remember who it was, but she was adorable. But this whole opening scene, I think, was a parody of the movie Cliffhanger with Sly Stallone.
Yes, it was, because the raccoon he
Is
drops it over.
hanging?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
And so he goes to like to be a
intro to
monk
that
or
movie.
something.
Yes, he does.
And goes on retreat, and they find him all surrounded by
And they
animals.
want him to
and-
leave.
to
And he does
go-
the slinky down all those fucking.
Yes, he's like, wait, hold on, I got to do this before we go. So I mean, I'm not saying it's not a good movie, but like once we got to past where he goes in the guy's house who's like the hunter and he sees all the
Yes.
taxidermy and then he makes the elephant sit on the guy's car. There was just like chunks where I just was
Yeah.
like,
We're doing the thing. It's fine.
So it's still good. It's still worth a watch. Both of these are not available anywhere officially streaming, but if you go on YouTube, I wish I'd written down the name of the account. There is
Well, you don't
some
want to blow them
YouTube
up
account.
either.
That's
Just
true.
go search it.
There's a YouTube account that has both of these posted, and the only problem is there's their logo, but it's up in the upper left corner.
Yeah, like who cares?
Like I thought it was going to be
It's Ace Ventura.
somebody
you don't
talking
need-
over it, you know what I mean,
Well,
or
that's good.
something.
Yeah,
like,
that it
but
wasn't-
no, it was just a mediocre copy. Actually, the second one was a much crisper quality, and I'm like, they only came out a year apart. Why is this one so much better?
Oh, it's just a better. Well, who knows? Who knows? I'm all trying to offer. I don't know why I fucking do that. I'm like, let me offer a fucking reason for anything. There's no reason for me to do that shit. I don't know why I do it. I gotta stop.
So Ace Ventura
It's
doomed
helpful
us
sometimes,
Sometimes, but not often.
to keep saying all
But
of
you're
this.
definitely not a football fan.
No,
No.
I'm definitely not a football
So
fan. I'm
everybody's
sorry.
clear.
I'm sorry.
Ace Ventura doomed us to keep saying this asinine shit well into our 40s.
Oh,
Alrighty then. That friggin' and there's still so many gifs. Like kids who've never even seen Ace Ventura are using
the
Ace
tutu
Ventura
dance.
gifs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tutu dance, all that
Yes.
shit all the time. We have, I don't know if we have a voicemail, but I know we have at least one text message. I believe this is from Ken. For
calling Kens.
If you're an evil CEO with a secret test lab and an observation deck, so this is in reference to Lawnmower Man.
Okay.
You have to keep it shadowy so no one can see you jorking your peanuts.
Oh.
Why else you gonna put people in tight ass VR suits?
So you can see the peanuts.
And so the peanuts. Let me see. Did we have any
Easy
voicemail?
access.
The only voicemail we have, I think. Yeah, no, I think I played this one last time. So randomly, because we use a Las Vegas area code.
Yeah.
We got a voicemail that says it came from the Flamingo, Las Vegas.
Ooh.
And this is what it is. Oh, if it's gonna let me play it. Come
Nope.
on.
Hi.
That's it.
Oh, that was so creepy.
Just a girl, I guess a girl, like hi. So that's our only voicemail this week.
Oh, I thought it was like a little kid.
I don't know. It might. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I should start reading now that they let us have comments on our
Isn't
Spotify.
the flamingo no more?
Oh.
Oh yeah. I think they-
Oh, Didn't
Like, it
they
literally
demolish
says
the
because I thought
flamingo?
they demolished it. Yeah,
it
let
says
me double check.
Flamingo Las Vegas. Is what
It
it
sure
says on the
does.
thing.
I feel like that one's gone.
It
That's
was
even
a
better.
ghost.
That's even
Man,
better.
you guys even have fans that are ghosts. That's
Wow,
The reach you
Leon.
have.
I know.
Well, we did talk
We
about
cast a
3
wide net.
Ghostbusters cast members this time.
That's
so
true. That's true. That fits. It's fitting. It's fitting. And when it's fitting, it's fitting.
we do have some comments on Spotify because they let
Ooh.
you do that now.
Ooh,
so if you
okay.
guys
No,
want
the
to leave a
flamingo still
comment,
exists.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
man.
Fine.
Oh, well.
if
It
you
would've
want
been
to
better
leave a
if it wasn't.
comment
Maybe it's still a ghost.
on a specific episode,
'Cause
you
they
can do that
exist.
now. So this one's for the Lawnmower Man from Luke. Luke from he changed his podcast name. It used to be
Star Wars?
Nerdstalgic from the Howdy Beans podcast.
Howdy Beans.
Our little British friend Luke. Another cracker of an episode,
Oh,
ladies.
I love it.
And having Liana on mic as well is great. Also, this movie reminds me of one of my favorite books, Flowers for Algernon, that I highly recommend you ladies read. It has the same premise without the VR. And I said, I think we had to read that in school.
Yeah.
I told him, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was a school
Wait a
That was
assignment.
in the
Why
curriculum.
am I thinking the same actor was in the movie? I don't think that's the case, though. I'm gonna research it. Let me
Okay.
see.
And now some of these, I didn't realize that this was a thing for a while, and the app just started letting me read these. So some of these are almost a month old, but
Oh.
we've got a few. From the Dark Crystal episode from Chris Clark. I was more afraid of Henson's work on early SNL than I was of this. This was a boring movie, but you girls made it sound amazing.
Hey.
Oh, Cam, what do you got to say to Chris?
Damn.
Rude.
Well, we
That's all I
told you
got.
we weren't going to stop until you hated it. So
From the Ghost episode from Vo White. This is my current favorite Doom episode. It was a good one.
it was
Tarps
pretty
off,
good.
boys. Sand and
Tarps
time.
off. It's sand and time.
From the same episode from Ghosts, from Cup of Green Tea, really funny review. You all sounded like you were having a blast. The lady in the background who lowered her Patreon level has a really cute and infectious laugh. Nice one, ladies.
Thank
Um,
thank you, I think.
right? And it's really
Thanks for reminding me.
but yeah,
Hey,
we
I
get,
bought a hat, you guys.
she
did.
bought a hat.
She bought a hat.
That should
We
make
made
up for
her
a couple
buy
months
the
worth
hat,
of
right?
reduced Patreon.
You don't have to do nothing.
You don't have to. But yeah, so if you want to leave a comment, you can do that on Spotify. You can also leave comment on individual episodes on Good Pods if that's a thing that you use. We're number 1 again this week.
Oh, hey.
In TV and film. We won an award from the
Oh, that's right.
Overlord of Podcasting. We're the podcast of the year.
Overlord, you guys.
You
like, not even just like
guys.
the regular Lord.
The
like,
Overlord said so.
the Overlord of like all of us. That means
Of
all,
all
of
the
us,
things.
right?
I
Yeah.
would think so.
So
Everybody that
I would-
podcasts.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
I was going to say I was confusing Matthew Modine for Lawnmower Man guy.
Oh,
Jeff
Jeff
Fahey?
Fahey.
Yeah, I don't know why. But also, yes, he totally does look like Yahoo Serious. Because when
With
you
the
posted
hair.
the photo,
It's the photo.
It's the,
the
hair.
photo edits, I was like,
It's the
for a
hair.
split second, it looked like Yahoo Serious.
I'm not insane about that.
So yeah, if you want to leave us a message or send a text, 702-720-DOOM, or that's 702-720-3666. Send an email, doomgenerationpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on all the socials. Like, subscribe, rate, review. And until next week,
We'll talk at you next time.
later, Doomers.